Welcome to Curious Awakenings with Em and Rama, where we wonder how magic and kindness connect. Rama earlier said I looked like Liberace. Curious to hear the audience's thoughts.
Liberace?
Maybe.
That's beautiful. It is a beautiful, beautiful coat. You're wearing like pinkish red, and I'm wearing red.
It's Valentine's Day.
Did we pick that out for Valentine's weekend?
Yeah, we did.
Today's Thursday the 12th.
Yep.
Tomorrow's Friday the 13th.
Tomorrow, and we have two Friday the 13th, because March.
Is there March? Really?
Yeah.
Again?
Yep.
Wow.
I know.
Well, speaking of dates, does this year have the 29th of February?
No.
All right. Have you ever met someone who's 40 years of age, but they're really only 10 because they were born on February 29th?
It's an interesting
Yeah. Do they
experience,
act like,
life experience.
are they perpetually 10? Do they act?
I am a person, I really love my birthday. Like, I love being recognized on my birthday.
I was thinking about that this morning.
Seriously. And I imagine it would be hard to be a person who didn't get a day.
I know. What do they do?
Every year.
What do those people do?
Like,
let's have one of them on for a show.
Okay.
Anybody out there have a birthday of February 29th? If you do, could you please contact ActonTV?
We'd like to just celebrate you because
yes, we would.
I mean, it's hard to not have a day for yourself.
Let's see how many February 29th people we can get together.
Okay.
A February 29th party. Do we digress?
Yeah, we digress.
Seriously?
Let's
this
come
is a
back.
serious
Let's
digression.
come back to our.
Mark's probably going to edit this all out anyway.
Perfect. Let's come back
Mark's
to our
great
subject
at editing.
today.
Thank you, Mark. What are we talking about? When's your birthday, by the way, again? I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm going to keep it a secret. The tease.
I know when it is, right?
I don't know, maybe.
We're
going to talk today about honesty.
Ah, yes.
Let that just ring like a bell.
All right.
Let's think about.
Bring me back.
Think about there are so many quotes about it, right? Honesty is the best policy. The truth will set you free. The truth hurts. Oh my gosh.
I always tell the truth because that way I don't have to remember what I said.
Yes.
Mark Twain.
Yes.
Mark Twain.
I am.
That's one of my favorite quotes of all time. I always tell the truth because that way I don't have to remember what I said.
Yes.
Mark Twain. That
so
is
beautiful,
yeah.
right? I have a friend who shared with me that anytime someone like has a profound pause before they speak, he's like my mom will say they're about to tell a lie. Well, I don't know that that's necessarily true, but I think to that point, when we do tell the truth, we don't have to think about creating a story around it. We don't have to put a lot of energy into protecting it, or
it takes
right.
a lot
to
keep that going. Yeah.
When we can just let it out. But it's not that easy, right? It's not that easy to just share our truth all the time, because sometimes it can be a painful thing.
Right. Well, it's a matter of how much to share. It's a matter of if we are going to share something, let's be honest about it. But it doesn't mean we have to share it. Is that being dishonest, not sharing something? I guess what I come back to is, we were talking about this earlier, the three pillars. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Sometimes I try to do those three pillars if I'm wondering whether to share something fairly intense with someone, or that could be contentious, especially with a family member. So I try to say, is it true? Oftentimes it is. Is it kind? Maybe. Is it necessary? The third one, is it necessary, very rarely passes muster.
Interesting.
So oftentimes I get to 2 1/3 or 2 1/2 yeses out of that. Is that enough to share something? Usually I say no.
Yeah, I think the is it necessary, I often come back to, can I exist within my life? Can I show up as me if I don't say it? Right?
That's a good point.
You know?
Can I be authentic? Can I be real with that person or with the situation?
Does it compromise my integrity as a human being to keep this quiet, to not share it? And then I would say it's necessary. It's necessary to share it.
Well, I think Martin Luther King Jr., said a lot of things about that.
And the things that matter, I think implicit in that, the things that matter are different to each one of us. Right? Things that really matter to you are different things that really matter to me.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, when we're quiet about what the things that matter to us, that's abandoning ourselves. Right? It's abandoning our voice, because we, the things that we're passionate about, the things that are important to us, that oh, we just feel, we feel so strongly. We're meant to have that be a compass. We're meant to have that
Right.
help us live our lives fully, right?
And we're meant to share that when comfortable with the people we care about. And sometimes it doesn't matter if something like if we're just having an acquaintance connection,
Yeah.
we don't need to share all that. But if someone we really want to get to know, we want to share that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
sometimes we'll find common ground. Sometimes we won't, but that person will still appreciate that, what's so important to you. You appreciate
Yes.
what's so important to me.
Yes.
And then you acknowledge it too.
Yeah.
Oh, I know how you feel about that, Rama. And I say, I know how you feel about that, Emily.
Yes.
And we
That's
may
beautiful.
feel a little differently about it or look at it a little differently, but we can expand our consciousness, certainly. And at least acknowledge each other about it, which makes us feel good that we're being seen and heard.
Yes. And that passion, I think you were touching on that passion is catching. It's catching. It's a spark, right? When you share what matters to you, like you said, it doesn't matter if it matters to me, but your passion is ignition for me. Whether
yeah.
I now find what you're talking about matters to me because it matters to you, like that, I think that's how we shift each other's, right?
Ooh, yes.
Or it awakens something in me, like, oh, that's what it looks like to be passionate. Oh, that's what it looks like to care, to have things that matter to you.
Yes.
What matters to me?
Yes, yes. And it reminds me of caring. I often remind myself and others, don't ever stop caring. Because people do things and they said, oh, I shouldn't do that. It's like, well, you care and I shouldn't get involved with that. Well, you care. It shows you care.
Yeah.
Don't ever stop caring. Folks out there, please don't ever stop caring about whatever you care about.
Yeah.
Caring about people, especially our fellow people.
Yeah.
You know, ourselves, our health, but everyone around us. Please don't ever stop caring.
Like those are the most tender moments in the human experience, right? Like I have a friend, he's a clinical psychologist, and we went for a walk on the beach together once, and he was picking up all of the sand dollars on the beach that were going to dry out in the sun and throwing them back, right? And there's right, like he, you know, and it's such a beautiful metaphor for the work that he does as a psychologist, right? But like each one matters to him, right? Each one is worth the care and the time to recognize and to try to give it a safe container again, right? Like
that is a beautiful metaphor.
Right? Or like I have
cared
a friend.
enough.
He cared enough.
About those $10.
Right. I have a friend who we had a fire outside and she was putting logs on the fire and she noticed that there was a log that had a whole bunch of ants that were going to be burned up. And she created a little bridge for them so they could get out. You know, it's like those like
She cared
it doesn't
enough.
like it, did I care enough about those ants to do anything in that moment? No, but gosh, do I appreciate how she did,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like I love her. I love him. I love people who are willing to you know, put their action where their heart is. Have you met people? Oh, we've diverted. I'm sorry. We've diverted from our subject of honesty.
Yes, I have. To answer your question, yes, I've met people like that a lot, and it's so wonderful.
Yeah.
What's our topic again?
Honesty.
Honesty?
Like, so I guess it's like
Honesty?
being honest, but it's
and
all
vulnerable,
connected, right?
vulnerable
and
too.
vulnerable, right? I mean, to do that, to create the bridge for those ants, it required her a level of honesty with herself. Like, this matters to me, right? And I don't care what anybody else, right? There are a lot of other people here. I don't care what anybody else thinks about me.
If it cared to her and she didn't do it, then she wouldn't have been staying in her integrity.
Right.
Oftentimes, if I wonder about what to do, or doing something kind, or making an action, it's like, or whether or not to feel bad about it after, if I did or didn't, it's like, if it occurred to me. If it occurred to me to give that compliment to Emily about, wow, what a beautiful
Liberace coat.
Liberace coat. Then I shared it. But if it occurred to me to acknowledge how beautiful your coat is, and then I didn't, then I was like, oh, I feel a little bad. But it's the whole if it occurred to me thing. If it occurred to me, I chose to offer that person a seat here or whatever, you know. It didn't occur to me, okay, I'm not going to feel guilty about it because in the moment it didn't occur to me.
Right.
But if it occurred to me that I didn't do it and I could have, I beat myself up.
Well, and I think that the occurring to you is such an important thing because our consciousness is shifting all the time. It's expanding all the time, right? In one moment, we might not be aware of something, and the next we are, and that changes our whole concept of what it means to be honest with ourselves. Because now we have greater awareness. We have
Yes,
greater
yeah.
self-understanding.
Right, which brings me back to the AAA theory. Again, we may have talked about this, you and I, or on air. The awareness. Awareness is the biggest thing, and so much of the stuff that we are working on, you know, and talking
Totally.
about. Awareness, acknowledgement. We acknowledge it with ourselves, with others.
Yeah.
We acknowledge it, accept it. I accept that, okay. It doesn't mean I necessarily accept the behavior or whatever, but awareness, acknowledgement, acceptance, and then for me, with all those AAAs, then I can do action, or then I can transform, or then I can let it go, or then I can, you know. But it starts with awareness. Starts with awareness on anything.
It absolutely does.
And you and I are committed to that. We're
Yeah.
committed to the awareness and to growth and all that. And
I'm trying, man. It's
and-
hard. It's hard because I think it involves, to become more aware, requires great risk all the time.
Vulnerability.
It requires such vulnerability always.
And what I've learned, I don't know about you, please share, but what I've learned about our vulnerability, in our vulnerability truly comes our strength.
Yeah.
With vulnerability, when I've been able to be vulnerable about myself, it's usually led to a deeper connection with that person or with that thing or with that experience when I'm vulnerable.
Yeah.
It really has gone deeper. Like, it's
like vulnerable. I love that word depth, right? Deep.
Depth, yeah.
Because I see vulnerability as like the roots, the rooting deep. That foundation setting so that we can grow taller,
Roots.
right? I mean, we can only grow as high as our roots are deep.
Wait, hold on.
Right? Don't you think?
I'll write that down later. Could you say that again for all the viewers, please?
We can only grow as high as our roots are deep.
We can only grow as high as our roots are deep.
So when thinking about relationships with people, right? I mean, we can only go so far together. We can only have so much
If
presence.
we stay on the surface with someone, we're not going to really get to know each other.
Exactly.
We're not.
Exactly. And you know, that was a part of my marriage. I wasn't able to be as vulnerable as I wish I had been, or forget wish, that as I would be now with the right person. I think we have to really allow ourselves to be witnessed for our multitudes. That's how the depth.
So you have that awareness.
Yeah.
You could have went a little deeper.
Yeah.
Whether or not your marriage had lasted or not.
Right.
There was things that you took responsibility for your part in whatever was going on.
Yeah.
And learning from it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
those
good.
lessons, like I said, they can be painful. It takes some risk to
Vulnerability can be
Right?
risky. Can be risky.
I had to leave it to learn, and my life changed pretty drastically, but there's beauty in that.
There is beauty in that, yeah. And it begs the question, that's why I was writing down in my journal, I'm being totally present with you and with us, but I wanted to kind of curiosity, and the name of our show is Curious Awakenings, where magic and kindness connect. I wonder if the word vulnerability, I wonder what the Latin root of that is.
Interesting.
Vulnerable. What are we talking about?
Talking about honesty.
Honesty.
Yeah.
Honesty. Vulnerability.
I'm curious. Maybe we can each share personal stories if we are feeling up to it. But has there been a moment in your life when you reached a critical point, where you felt, I need to share this? Like in terms of relationships, like I need to be honest, because to not share this truth would be to lose who I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, can I tell you another story that came to mind?
Is it related?
It's related.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
it's about
good.
honesty.
I'm just asking.
What do you think, I was going to go off on a crazy tangent like I often do? Huh? I often do. But this is about honesty. It's one of the biggest lessons I've ever had. I've had a few. I was in Manhattan. I had just moved there. My sister lived there. My mom was visiting. We went out to the Lower East Side, went to the Little Italy down there, to a little tiny Italian restaurant, maybe 10 tables, with the guys coming around with the violin playing at the tables, and regaling. And it was so magical, romantic. Even though I was with my mom and my sister, we still had a magical time. And the food was awesome. And the bill comes, and me being the attention to detail, I total it up. It was $20 in our favor. I didn't say a word. I get a little agitated just thinking about it.
I could feel that. I could feel your energy through me just then. Yeah.
Agita. I didn't say a word. I just, it's a bonus. We saved $20. And I let it go. We paid our bill. My sister and my mom went back to her place at 72nd West Side. I went back to where I was living at maybe in New Jersey. I forget exactly if I'd got my apartment yet. But anyway, I went back in my cab. They went back in their cab. On the cab ride, I got nauseous.
Really?
I got sick.
Yeah.
I asked to have the cab to pull over. He threw me some paper towel. I got sick.
Really?
Opened the door, got sick.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was awful. Awful, awful, awful. And then I thought, what was it, food poisoning? I called my mom and my sister the next morning and said, I don't know about you, I got sick on the way home. Did you all get sick from any of the food? We had the same food. We shared, family style. We all ate the same kind of thing. They said, oh, no, we were fine.
Wow.
I said, oh, my God, you know what happened? When I totaled the bill, I noticed it was $20 off. I didn't say anything. They said, what? Karma, Rama. That was karma. You got instant karma. I said, yes, I did. Lesson learned. Always be honest.
Always be honest. Oh, that's so interesting. I just am feeling called to share this story. It's not exactly on subject, but I feel like I'm allowed to have one of those.
Yeah. I hope mine was somewhat on topic.
It was perfect. That was beautiful.
Okay,
that was a great story.
Thank you.
I was taking my dog for a walk, and I'm good about picking up her poop and whatever. And I remember walking by a pile of poop in the middle of the trail and thinking, another dog's poop. And I walked by it. I thought for a second, I was like, I could pick it up. But I didn't. I kept going.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes later, Ellie comes running toward me, covered in poop.
Oh.
I think she rolled in that pile of poop that I didn't pick
Mark,
up.
can we please edit this? This is disgusting. Ugh. I know you're probably not going to edit it, Mark. Because Emily's gonna like want to keep it in. But
it was that moment of like, I had a moment of awareness. I was like, it would take nothing from me to just pick this up and take it with me, and I didn't, and I paid for it immediately.
Yes, you did. Instant karma.
Instant karma. Yeah. So I suppose it's like when you get those bits of awareness, metabolize it.
If it occurs to us.
Right? That's the thing,
Rather than wasting the energy on it later, just do it.
Just do it.
If it occurs to me, do it.
Just do it.
Whatever it is, not quite whatever it is, but if it's
we can practice
in the
doing
highest
it with
good,
kindness. We can practice doing it with kindness, right?
Yeah.
In that moment, it would have been really easy. The kindest thing to do is just like pick up the darn poop, okay, right?
Don't you hearken for the good old days when no one picked up their poop and you had to actually watch where you were walking? No? Yeah. Remember, growing up, you're a little younger than I am. Mark's a little younger than I am. It's like, you had to watch. You come home with poop on your shoes. It's like, the charm of that, What? People stopping and picking up their poop. Ugh. Especially women, stopping picking up their poop.
I'm curious to know what our viewers think about this. Rama has something against women picking up dog poop. Like,
absolutely. That's a turnoff.
Him.
Oh yeah, I'd look away.
And it's so fascinating.
I look away
because
I don't want to see that.
There's a lot to learn, I'm sure, about you from that.
What? That's gross.
It's an act of love.
I don't have a dog.
It's an act of love for a person to do that for their pet, right? And to do that for other people so they don't end up with poop on their shoes.
Well, they got to watch where they're walking. Watch where you're walking, people.
Everything about it is an act of care. Everything about it.
Okay.
So, just one perspective.
Okay. Thank you for that awareness, for raising my awareness.
Yeah.
If I had a dog, would I pick up the poop? It would all depend where the poop ended up. Mm-hmm. If it ended up where someone walked, yes, I would pick it up. If it ended up on the side or in the dirt or in the thing or on I'd probably bring my dog to a spot where I wouldn't have to pick it up. In the little woodsy area. Yeah. Although I wouldn't want my dog getting ticks, so that too.
You just maybe are not meant to have a dog.
I'm a cat person.
That's perfect.
But I'm actually a dog person too. Beautiful. I love dogs. I live vicariously through folks who have dogs. I love dogs.
Excellent.
And I love cats. I don't happen to have any cats right now, but I have had cats.
Yeah.
And there's no picking up of their poop. Although you got to clean the liddy box. Liddy box.
Anyway, back to honesty.
Honesty.
Yeah.
I'm being honest about all this stuff.
being honest. Yep.
Being vulnerable.
I think so. The question becomes, how do we shore ourselves up when we have those moments of awareness, of increased consciousness, and we know that we must act because, or we must speak, because to not would be to lose ourselves, right? Would be to stop living. How do we shore ourselves up so that we can act, that we can speak? How do we grow those muscles?
Practice. Practice.
Anything, right?
Yes.
What do you feel have been moments in your life that have been practice and
Honesty.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Practice honesty. Well, in the various spiritual realms and circles I've traveled in, just saying no. You know, I think we talked about the yes, no. We had our episode recently about that. Being honest enough to say no, honest enough to what I want to say no. That's practice. Knowing what can happen if I don't be honest. That's practice. Just
I mean,
being vulnerable and practicing being vulnerable and being open and seeing what happens, like I talked about, is the deeper connection. I love that stuff. I live for that deeper connection. I live for real conversations and just being authentic with people, with myself and with others. That's like, it fills my cup. Being real. It's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. Just being real with each other. The conversations we have, you know, it's like, whoa. You know, we talk about everything and anything.
We talk about everything and anything. Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah.
Right? So being vulnerable, you asked, what's my practice for being honest? I don't know if I answered that at all. What's your practice for being honest? What's something that helps you?
Oh, it's at top of mind for me recently. I feel like I've had to do a lot of truth telling. I think when we are intentional about growing our consciousness, about expanding our awareness, things can happen kind of quickly. Changes can happen sort of fast that we have to. Oh God, I'm being really vague here.
Can you be more specific, please?
If you're comfortable being vulnerable,
yes, so that I can understand what you're talking about, and the views can maybe get a little more grist. It'll help them. It'll help me. It'll help them, and it'll help you.
Yeah.
Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah. I think so. I think one of the things that I became aware of through navigating divorce and not being like fully vulnerable, or allowing myself to be seen, witnessed fully, I started thinking about lots of other relationships that I've had where there was perhaps a similar challenge to not be witnessed, and how in the past bottlenecking that or not allowing myself to show up,
real and authentic.
It
or
oozes
deeper.
out in some icky
Different
ways.
Oh.
It can ooze out in some icky ways, right? So like I think about my college boyfriend, wonderful person. We stayed together after we graduated, and we're living in two different cities, about 2 hours apart. And I was not getting the intimacy that I needed, being that distance away. I was not being honest with myself about what I needed in that moment. And so time went by, and I ended up getting really drunk and ended up hooking up with someone else.
You ended up getting drunk and doing what?
And hooking up with someone else,
okay.
Right? Because that need came out.
Yep.
That need was there.
It's going to come out.
It's going to come out. Yeah. And if I had been honest with myself, right? If I had really acknowledged what I needed, what my truth was, I could have handled it probably with a lot more kindness, a lot more compassion. But instead, I took this other path, right? And it oozed out. It oozed out in an icky kind of way.
With yourself or with this other person.
And then I didn't tell him. I broke off the relationship. Didn't tell him, and then it was like 15 years of penance on myself. Ooh. Where I didn't allow myself to like have real intimacy.
Into your relationship with your partner, your husband partner.
Exactly. So like one informed, it was a pattern. One informed the next. I continued to not be honest with myself about what I needed, and
Honest and direct.
And direct, exactly. Yeah.
Can I jump in there?
Please.
I just came to me as you're telling that story. What I practice now is direct communication.
Yeah.
And it's one of my biggest challenges now. It's not easy. Direct communication, understanding what I want, understanding how to be direct communication, and how to be honest with it. And as long as I do direct communication, then I am being honest.
Yeah.
It's the whole subtlety, it's the whole this and that. And at some point, I'd love to talk about this for a whole episode. The whole, communication with men, women, and the subtlety and the directness and the this and that, and then skirting around the issue. I've realized that myself, I just so appreciate when people are direct. Whether or not I'm interested in them or not, be direct.
Yeah.
Let me know what's going on. I can say yes or no.
Yeah.
So I try to give
Sometimes we
others.
don't know.
Why no? I try to
Sometimes
give
we don't
others that same courtesy and that same
Yeah.
kindness. I think it's kind to be direct.
Yeah.
Some people can't handle it, though. A lot
Yeah.
of people can't handle it, and it's unfortunate. So I've had to navigate that and the whole friendliness and my big energy and coming on, with my energy, just my natural ebullience. Sometimes people can't handle that, whether it be women or men. And I get it, but I have to be authentic to myself, and I have to be myself because everyone else is already taken, as Oscar Wilde said. So, yeah, being direct, being honest with ourselves, being honest with others. And it doesn't mean we have to bare our soul to everyone we come in contact with, obviously.
Right.
I don't want to.
Right.
Some people, I don't want them to know anything
We have
about me.
finite time and energy.
Yes. If
to
everyone liked
choose
me
where
or
we put
loved
it.
me, I would have no time for myself. Right? If everyone
That's
loved
right.
you and liked you, you'd have no time for yourself.
Be in trouble.
Imagine what it's like to be like a famous celebrity where you think everyone likes you and loves you. Like the Beatles were, or like, I don't know, George Clooney, or like someone, I don't know, like a famous person, Lady Gaga or Bad Bunny right now. It's like, and those people don't even know you. They know that persona, and my heart goes out to folks that are in that limelight like that, because they need to take care of themselves. And if they think everyone loves them and likes them, because those people don't know them. I don't know Bad Bunny. I love what I see, but I don't know him. He doesn't know me. So I adore him, but anyway, do I go on a tangent?
We've gotten a little bit of a detour.
Yes, and I know.
And I think,
So we got to wrap this, right?
Yeah.
We got about 45 seconds left. How are we
I'd
going to
say.
wrap this up? How are we going to put a bow on it? Yes, no, honesty, vulnerability.
let's commit to a radical act of honesty in the name of Valentine's Day, in the name of the season of love.
Could you be more specific about that, please?
Yeah, let's try to tune in. We can each tune in to what our truth is in terms of love and relationships.
Could you be more specific, please?
I'm going to let you interpret it as however you want.
All right, I'm trying to think how I can.
You don't have to answer it. Just
No, I want to.
We'll encourage
commit-
the viewers as well as we wrap up.
Yeah. The viewers are
Yeah.
here with us.
In the name of love, right?
Let's be
Which
honest.
requires that depth and honesty.
All right, self-honesty and honesty with others. I'll commit to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. More and more and more, and viewers, we invite you to
Do the
bring
same.
that into your lives. And happy Valentine's Day, everyone. By the time this airs, but Valentine's Day is every day. Love ourselves. Love
We
each
gotta
other
wrap it
every
up,
day.
Rama.
Excuse me.
We gotta wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it up. High five.
High five.
All right.
High five. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next
Thank
time
you.
on Curious
Bye.
Awakenings.